Being a Longhorn is opportunity, pride, achievement, community, safety. Being a Longhorn is a choice to become a hero, to lead, to thrive in any setting. Being a Longhorn means immersing yourself in fine arts, learning at your own pace in Montessori, starting your path to college in elementary, earning a college degree in high school. The pride of being a Longhorn lives on long after graduation. Educate, empower, inspire.
Good evening, families and the community. My name is Alicia Davis, Director of Family and Community Engagement for Cedar Hill ISD. Thank you very much for joining us this evening for our middle school open house. This presentation is geared towards our 5th, 6th, and 7th graders in Cedar Hill ISD. And I just want to draw your attention to our wonderful panel of speakers this evening. We have from Bessie Coleman Middle School, the counselor, Miss Cicely Shepard. We also have Miss Madria Bell. From W.S. Permenter Middle School, we have Miss Phasia Smith-Hammock. And from our Counseling Services Department, we have Dr. Courtney Jackson. And we also have a special guest, Mr. Inslee. He is the principal of Permenter Middle School, and he wants to say a few words and say hello to the families. Are you muted? I can't hear you, Mr. Inslee. But he's not muted. Unfortunately, we can't hear Mr. Inslee.
Mr. Inslee is muted.
He wasn't before. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Inslee. We cannot hear you. I'm so sorry. We might go on. I don't know if it's connected to your audio. Oh, he's gone. I'm so sorry. This is what happens when we are live. Okay, and with that, I am going to go ahead and pass it over to Miss Bell.
Good evening and welcome to the 5th grade middle school transition meeting. Tonight, I'll be giving you your agenda. We'll first start off with a welcome from each of the counselors. I will introduce Dr. Jackson, who is the director. And from the Coleman Middle School, we have Cicely Shepard and myself. From Permenter, we have Phasia Smith and Trinity Ward. Tonight, we'll be talking about the core and required classes for all students in 6th grade. What is required for honors classes? We'll also speak on electives and the advanced via individual determination opportunities and requirements. Extracurricular activities, processes of selecting courses and electives, and how to tour the campus virtually. After that, we will have a question and answer session, and then we will adjourn for the evening. Now I will turn it over to Mrs. Shepard.
1 second. We have Mr. Peters, who has joined our live stream. He is the principal of Bessie Coleman.
Hello.
I didn't know if perhaps you wanted to say a few words.
Sure. Just want to welcome everyone here. We're excited to get our rising 5th graders headed to 6th grade with us next year at Bessie Coleman Middle School. We have a great staff, a great bunch of teachers who love their students, and we are ready to serve you and serve the families. And our saying at Bessie Coleman is every scholar every day, and we show Coleman love. So excited to show you guys some Coleman love when you get here.
Okay, thank you so very much.
Absolutely.
All right, and with that, we will continue on with the presentation.
Hi, I'm Cicely Shepard. I'm one of the counselors at Bessie Coleman. And so I'm going to talk to you tonight about our core classes and also the required classes that are for our 6th graders. First, the 6th graders take English, math, social studies, and science, and those are our required core classes. We also have, which is required, PE, and computer technology. In order for our students to be in any honor classes, we have some requirements. So our requirements are they have to have a 90 or above on their final report card. That there has to be a teacher recommendation, and we also look at the district and state test results. The electives that we have are band, orchestra, choir, art, theater, and AVID. And now we have a counselor, Ms. Smith, that's going to talk to you about AVID.
So AVID is an elective class that is designed to give the middle of the road students. So middle of the road student is an A here and there, majority Bs, and maybe a C or so. It's a class designed to give them extra support as they prepare for college. In the AVID class, students learn things like how to organize, how to properly take notes, how to study, and how to plan out their day. As they progress through the program, they learn more. AVID is a program that goes from middle school all the way until 12th grade, and there are that support AVID. It's a program for first generation students and those that are underrepresented on college campuses. The focus of AVID is to help students prepare for college and give them the tools necessary to be successful in college. It's teaching them all the things that they need to know before they get to college. And again, they learn things like note-taking, writing strategies, and how to interact with their peers, and how to work in work groups. To be in the AVID program, there's an application process. Students can be recommended by their parents, by their teacher, or by a counselor. The students will complete an application, and then they'll have an interview with the AVID panel. And it's more so to get a feel of the student, their likes, their interests, to kind of see where they need to be pushed. The students have to be willing to enroll in at least one honors class. And then we ask that the students, when they are accepted into the program, we ask that they commit to be in the program throughout their entire middle school career, 6th grade through 8th grade. And we really encourage them to re-enroll in the program when they get into high school and stick it out throughout 12th grade.
Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about are the extracurricular activities that we have. We have National Honor Society, Student Council, the Drama Club, Robotics Team, there's Cheerleading Team, Drill Team, Student Ambassadors. But I do want you to understand that some of these clubs are subject to change due to our COVID situation.
Good evening. I just want to talk to you briefly about this year's course selection options. This year, we are going to do it completely online so that we can accommodate for our virtual learning setting. You and your scholar will select the courses through Family Access and Skyward. That course request window will be open from February 9th through 26th. We will not be leaving you on your own to do this. You will get further communication from our communications department beginning in February so that you have a step-by-step process for completing this. What that will look like, we will automatically add your student's core required courses for his or her grade level to their course request. Scholars will have then the opportunity to select their elective courses that the counselors mentioned earlier in this presentation. If you are one of those parents that will be applying for the AVID program with your scholar and have not found out whether or not you'll be accepted into that program, you will select a different elective. And once admitted into that program, we will update your scholar's course request sheet. Also, if you're one of the parents that is interested in the honors courses, you can notify your counselors. We will have a Google Drive form for you to fill out for any information that you need to provide to your counselors regarding changes that need to be made to the courses that will be locked. So more information is to come. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of the plans for the course request window, which will open again on February 9th. Thank you.
If you're interested in a campus tour, you can visit both campus websites by going to CHISD.net, and for Bessie Coleman, /CMS, and for Permenter, /PMS. And there are virtual tours on both campus websites for you and your scholars to check out the campus.
All right, so with that, we will take some questions from our viewers on both YouTube and Facebook. So prior to the start of this, there was a question that came up. It says, my child attends Collegiate Academy. He will be in the 7th grade for the 2021-2022 school year. How does he go about exploring school sports programs as Collegiate doesn't offer sports? Can anyone speak to that?
Is he going to continue? Okay, so the plan is for him to come to either Bessie Coleman or Permenter?
In order for it, I'm sorry.
So at this time, students that attend collegiate do not have any sports. So the only middle schools that have sports is Permenter and Bessie Coleman.
Okay. And
Yeah.
if
So unless they're planning to transfer, they won't be able to participate.
All right, thank you very much. And JDT503 on YouTube, if you need to ask a follow-up question, please feel free to do so. Ryan Ham says, does this meeting pertain to the Collegiate Prep Middle School? No. This is specifically for Bessie Coleman and W.S. Permenter middle schools in the district.
If I might add, if you want additional information on our collegiate programs, all of that information is on their website, and we covered it in detail with the application window that is currently open for those campuses, which is why we did not highlight those programs tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Ms. Michelli asks, how many electives are they able to participate in?
The students will have a choice of it.
Okay, so students take
technically there are 4 core classes. I'm sorry, there are 4 core classes.
Go ahead, Ms. Shepherd.
Okay, so technically there are 4 core classes and 4 elective classes. So once the students do their 4 core classes, then they have to take PE, and the 6th graders are required to take the technology class. So then they would have 2 extra electives.
And let me add to that, if the student enrolls in AVID, they'll technically have like one more choice of an elective to select. So if you wanted like an example schedule, you'd have English, math, science, and social studies, your required PE, your required technology. And if your student was an AVID student, they'd have AVID, and they'd be able to choose one more elective course. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. This question is from Ms. Williams. What if I have a child in special education?
Your child's special education plan will follow him or her to middle school. So those records are transferred at the end of every school year and reviewed annually by our special education departments on the campus.
Thank you. Mr. Inslee, the principal from W.S. Permenter, wants to clarify the students who are at collegiate who would like to play sports will play at with their home school. So contact Melanie Benjamin for more information. You can contact the athletics department. So hopefully that kind of cleared that up. Oh, hold on.
Thank you for that.
Before I go any further, we have Miss Miss Tierney Tennant. She is our Chief of Communications and Marketing. She is saying you are correct, Mr. Inslee. Melanie Benjamin, the athletic director, is happy to work with parents. Her email address is right there, melanie.benjamin@chisd.net. Okay. Ms. Ross, she asks, are there any programs or courses, are there any program or course differences between the two middle schools?
We currently have worked really diligently to align both of our middle school, our collaborative, comprehensive middle schools. So they offer pretty much the same elective options. And core courses there's no difference between the core course offerings.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Ms. Michelli asks, are you on block schedule or traditional at either middle school?
Traditional.
Traditional.
All right. Oh, Mr. Peters had to go. We know that the district spelling bee is this evening as well. All right. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to send them on through Facebook or YouTube. Oh, here we go. Here's some more. Okay. Are fifth grade allowed to play sports for their first year? Are fifth graders allowed to play sports their first year?
No, due to UIL requirements, students that are in sixth grade don't play sports. Students don't play sports until seventh and eighth grade, and that's across Texas.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Ms. Parker asks, she says she was late joining and this may have been discussed. When will our students have the opportunity to select courses?
So our course selection window will open on February 9th. Again, we will be doing that through Family Access, and you will get further communication here in the very near future regarding how to and a step-by-step process for selecting your scholars courses.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Ms. Michelli asks, how many periods are there in a day? Are there 8 or?
We currently have an 8-period day.
Thank you very much. Ms. Amati wants to know specifically what is a traditional schedule, because I guess versus the block. It's just back-to-back classes.
Traditional schedule means that the scholars will go to every one of their 8 classes every day. So they have 8 classes on their schedule every day.
Thank you. Ms. Michelli wants to know how long each period is. Does anyone know?
Generally about 45 minutes or so. Anywhere from 42 to 45 minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Okay. I don't see any more. I do see some nice comments saying hello, and CHISD is, good things. But I'm looking for more questions. Okay, here's one. Miss Amati asks, when is the application window and deadline? I know that was on one of these slides. Was it February?
If you're asking for application for the school of choice or I guess maybe the AVID program, I don't know.
Exactly. Or maybe we need to get clarity. Miss Amati, can you be specific? She might be able to ask specifically what she means. But you can go on, Ms. Smith.
Okay, for parents that are maybe thinking about the high school school of choice, that application window closes tomorrow. If parents are wondering about the AVID program, we will roll that information out. It will probably be with the course selection window of Dr. Jackson. I don't know the exact dates, February 5th through
the 26th. It's February 9th through the 26th for the 26th window.
That will be the AVID application.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I think I'm getting I'm breaking up a little bit. The application window for AVID would run along with the course selections, I believe. And what else did she want to know?
It was just the
Yes,
application window and deadline.
So, and
But
if you're thinking,
there's not an application window for these, either of the schools that are featured tonight. There is no application required for acceptance into these schools.
right.
Thank you. Ms. Michelli would like to know, what are the school hours? Is it different than elementary?
This school year, school hours are from 7 a. Or students can arrive at 7 a.m. Classes start at 7:30, and the school day releases at 3 o'clock.
Thank you. Ms. Haynes asks, when is the deadline for collegiate applications?
Our choice school window closes tomorrow. So tomorrow by end of day.
This question is from Diana Gomez. Hello, all. Will Flex Learning continue into the next school year, 2021-2022? We don't, it just depends on how the situation is at that time, but I'm sure that will still be an option. Yes, online should still be an option next school year, depending on how the COVID situation is, based on federal and state health guidelines, and of course TEA guidelines as well. But I would anticipate it likely will still be an option. Ms. Amati asks, for applying to Permenter or Bessie schools in general. Oh, this was her clarifying. She wanted to, okay, I see.
Yeah.
The application window and deadline for applying to Permenter and Bessie Coleman, just in general, because she has a 5th grader in collegiate prep.
So you don't apply to Bessie Coleman or Permenter. You just go to your student would just go to their home school if they are coming out of the collegiate elementary program. They would just go into school, whatever.
She's kind of breaking up.
Yes.
Coleman, if they
Basically,
went to Permenter,
wherever their home school is, they can go there. They don't have to apply. The only school
you don't have to do anything
is collegiate.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you. This is a 2-part question. When will the application window for parents with children with special needs be? And how will their classes be selected?
I don't know that I fully understand the question regarding the application window for students with special needs. There's no application for students with special needs. If you're already a part of our special education program, all of that paperwork and documentation will travel with your child to the new campus. And how will their classes be selected? Their classes are still selected based on the needs outlined by the ARC committee meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Ms. Anderson asks, is there a deadline if you are out of district? Is it the same window?
There is no deadline.
Oh,
I don't know that they have to apply. They just, do they have to apply?
No, you just do a out of district transfer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not an application, it's more of an out of district transfer, which I do think has to go through a series of approvals by our district, but there's no deadline for that.
Right.
Thank you. Ms. Page asks, what activities are offered for 6th graders since they are not eligible due to UIL?
Well, they have their electives, but also I believe it's just only athletics. The students can still do band, they can still do theater, they can still do art. There are other activities like student council and what's the other
one? Robotics club.
Robotics. They can do those things.
Cheerleading, drill club.
They just can't participate in sports.
Thank you. Ms. Tenen just wants to let everyone know you still have time to apply for a choice program. You can go to CHISD.net/choose your seat. Again, like everyone was saying, that deadline is tomorrow. Ms. Williams Henderson states, if a student is already attending one of the collegiate schools, do they need to reapply?
No.
They are automatically rolled up into just the next grade if you don't want to make any changes. If you do want to make changes, you need to go on your school mint account and make those changes. You can withdraw, you can make selection changes to your choice option. But if you are happy with your current choice program and you just want them to matriculate to the next grade level, you don't really have to do anything. Ms. Ross, when do we find out what our homeschool is? So you can go online. There is a school locator located at CHISD.net. I believe it's under the Student Information Services tab or it's something of that nature. I know it's PEAMS, it's probably under Student Services, but there is a school locator tab. And if you just put in your address, it will tell you what school that you are zoned to go to. If I'll find it and I'll put it in the chat. Oh, Tyranny has put it in the chat. So it's there for you all, but it's only there on Facebook. So I will add it so that people on YouTube will have it too. To be an honor, Ms. Page asks, to be in honors courses, do students have to meet all three requirements? The 90 average, recommendation from teachers, and the other one?
We look at the students case by case. So if you have a student that is interested in one of our honors courses, go ahead and complete the Google form, which will be included in the information that goes out regarding course requests. And then those students will be reviewed, and we'll talk to teachers for recommendations. And it's really case by case.
Thank you. Ms. Michelli asks, will students get any opportunity to meet elective teachers and hear about the programs?
So the elective teachers are putting a video out to send to the schools so the kids can view those different programs.
Thank you. Ms. Amati states, my homeschool is Permenter, but I need my scholars to attend. Bessie, you would do an if you're already in the district, you would do an in-district transfer. Is that correct?
Yes.
In order to make that happen?
Yes.
So, Ms. Amati, you would do an in-district transfer in order to try to change from Permenter to Bessie Coleman, but I think there's some sort of criteria, so they would be able to let you know if that transfer is able to happen. And here is Tierney's comment about the school locator. All right, let's see. This is from Mr. Malone. I have two students. The oldest goes to Permenter Middle School, and the younger is about to attend middle school. Since Permenter is not our home, how do I get him into PMS as well?
Same thing. It would be the in-district transfer.
And if you're out of district, you do the same thing, just request to apply in district to go to a school in the district. And you can request Permenter.
Okay. Let's see. Are there any other questions that come up from either Facebook or YouTube? And at this time, if you all want to share anything additionally, please feel free to do so while we do have this live audience. Any counselors or Dr. Jackson, anyone? Well, I'll say that following this presentation, we actually have another presentation that's going to stream at 7:30. It is our Trustees Connection session. So that is coming up. So if you need to go get dinner and then come back to Facebook or YouTube and see what our trustees are up to, our esteemed board of trustees, then please feel free to come back at 7:30 and take a look at our Lone Star governance policy presentation. We have some thank yous from our audience members, the questions you all have answered, so you're very welcome. And I am going to locate the school finder to put in the chat for our YouTube audience. Oh, Miss Amadi asks, how do you request the in-district transfer? It's actually on the same page as I think the school locator. It's all the student services or student information, the data. It's on that page. So if you go to Cedar Hill ISD, I'm going to do it right now. Maybe I can share my screen and maybe show you, since some of you have those questions. So let me see if I can go ahead and do that. That might be easier because I'm not. Okay. So I am sharing this screen, yes. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. Okay, so if you go to the website, it might be under families.
I think Ms. Tennant has posted chisd.net/register.
Thank you, Tierney. So here is that page. So you can do a number of things. Here is the school finder tool. Finally, I can put that in there. So you would enter your address, and then it will tell you which school you are to attend. You can also locate your residency forms, your withdrawal requests, student transfers is here. So if you want to do an in-district transfer, here's that option. You would click here. If you want to do an out-of-district transfer, here's that option. You would click here. So if you go to chisd.net/register, it's going to take you to this page, and you have all of these options here, all on the website. Hopefully that answers those questions, and thank you, Tierney. Any other questions you all have about our middle school options? If not, and if no one else has anything to share, we will probably close out this session. And of course, once again, we certainly appreciate you for being here and joining us this evening. We know your time is valuable, and we just appreciate you. Anyone else want to say anything in closing?
Thank you all for being here tonight. Tell your friends about the great things going on in Cedar Hill, and let them know, if you have friends that are still searching for school options for next school year, that Cedar Hill ISD would love to have them. So check us out on the website, and see you.
We look forward to seeing you guys next year.
Miss Shepherd, I am, there's another question. My child goes to life school. When should I enroll him if we want to go to CHISD next year? Yay, you want to go to CHISD next year? You can start that process now. Right? Yeah, you can go to chisd.net/register and start that process right now. If you want to attend CHISD schools in the fall. So absolutely.
Right now.
Yeah. All right. And Tierney is saying right now. All right. Well, we appreciate you. And we'll either see you later on this evening I'll see you later on this evening. Oh, here's another question. Mr. Malone asks, what middle school has the best theater arts program?
Bessie Coleman.
You heard it from Miss Shepherd. She states it's Bessie Coleman.
We have amazing programs at both of our middle school campuses with amazing staff and amazing teachers. So
that is true.
When the video comes out, though, I think you'll be able to learn more about the specifics of each program being offered at each of our campuses. The video that our fine arts teachers are working on currently.
Oh, that'll be awesome. That will be awesome to view. Thank you very much for your time. Again, lots of thank yous. Look at this, great session. Looking forward to middle school. Awesome. We're looking forward to having you in middle school. And again, thank you for, okay, here's another question. It's okay. All right, so Ms. Page says, where can I view the virtual tour of each campus?
If you go onto CHISD website,
select the school
and select the middle school, both schools on their individual web pages have tours on the first page. And it's like a virtual walkthrough.
So here is a virtual tour of Bessie Coleman, if I can get it to work correctly. There's also some videos that are also available. And of course, the video that Dr. Jackson mentioned that they are working on. You can see signage that lets you know one-way traffic, remain 6 feet apart, things of that nature. So those are also available on the website, on each campus website. Let's see, last question, Mr. Malone. When do the 5th graders enroll for middle school?
Students that are currently at Cedar Hill Elementary Schools, they'll automatically be rolled over to their home middle school. And your student, because I want to make sure I answer the question thoroughly, your student would select their classes. The window is going to open up February 9th through the 26th.
26th.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Okay.
So when you say enroll, do you mean enroll or pick classes? Right.
Oh, okay. Mr. Malone, I think she's asking for clarity. If you want to let us know what specifically you mean, we'll certainly wait for your response.
Enroll. He meant enroll.
Okay. So enroll, your student would just roll over into their home middle school campus.
Tierney has shared a link to the tour on Facebook. I can't click on it, so I can't copy and paste it to put it in here for people on YouTube to have that link as well. But thank you so very much. And no, thank you, Mr. Malone, and thank you everyone for joining us. Oh, and here's Permenters, because they do have not only this Google tour, the Google tour, but there's also actual a video that lets you know what the school has to offer. So those have been, I think those have been produced since maybe October. So we appreciate Tierney for sharing those with everyone.
Excuse me, Ms. Davis, if we can go back for 1 second. I think Mr. Malone joined us a little late per one of the comments. He said, but I don't want him to go to his home campus. And we've already addressed it, but I just want to go back and reiterate. If you want your student to go to a campus that is not their designated home campus, there is a form and a process on our website that will allow you to apply for an in-district transfer.
Yes. So I'm going here, or you can go directly to chisd.net/register, or you can go to registration and you can find those transfer forms here. or any other forms to enter into the district, or again, find out what your home school is. All of those options are here. Withdrawal from the district, they're all here on this particular page. Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Okay. Well, once again, I think for the last time, we certainly appreciate you joining us. And this will stay on YouTube and on Facebook for you to see later. We'll add it somewhere onto the website, likely tomorrow. So it will be added maybe on the counselor page or something of that nature, maybe on one the schools, maybe Permitter's page, maybe Betsy Coleman's page. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll figure out where it's going to go. Oh, Mr. Malone states, we are actually out of district now, but have my children have been attending CHISD their entire life. Oh, okay. So you want to come back?
Yeah, if you're a scholar, if you live within the Cedar Hill ISD district, then you don't have to apply to come back. You're automatically one of our students. Now, if your kids have been at Cedar Hill ISD, but you're not with zone for Cedar Hill ISD, then you will have to reapply as a out of district request. But if you live here in Cedar Hill ISD, there's nothing to do but show up and go to your home campus unless you're looking for an in-district transfer.
Thank you. Tyranny says, oh, this video will be added to the home pages of both middle schools tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thank you again. And y'all have a wonderful evening. Bye.
Thank you all.